Hey, welcome everybody to the LFGM first live stream. In the house, we have Sota Watanabe and Mojo from Saki and Bo. How are you all? There we go. Hey, Sota, how are you doing
Nice.
today?
Yeah, doing good, doing good. Tough day, as always.
Sota, we know that you only work. That's why you get this little break. And
Yeah,
Mojo brought sake for us to drink. Did you get yours in the mail or not yet?
I'm not
Yeah,
strong,
I sent it over.
Okay,
I'm not
you'll get it
strong.
later.
I cannot drink much.
It's okay. We'll pretend drink today. Mojo, how are you today? And Bo?
Yeah, good. We're already drunk, so we're keeping we keep drinking.
Yes, perfect.
Keep
This is
drinking.
a this is perfect because this is a live event, a live stream about a very fun contest. So we're here to have fun. Obviously, we're doing very serious work, but we could also have fun with the community and explore what's happening on the Minato testnet and Astar. But okay, well, we'll begin today. I'll introduce myself. I am Rams. I work here at Astar and helping build the Sonian testnet right now with the rest of the teams. We're very well underway. We've been more than a month in. We have incubation winners from our Sony and Spark program. And from the Astar side, we have many ongoing teams that are building on both ecosystems. So it's a very exciting time for all of us. And we want to start off with Sota. Maybe there's some people who are watching for the first time in tuning in. Maybe we should tell them that you're just not the community manager. You're actually the what are you, Sota? Tell us.
Hi, good to see you, everyone. My name is Sota Watanabe. I live in Singapore right now, but traveling across the globe. I will be Hong Kong for SmartCon and going to New York, going to Thailand, coming back to Singapore and going to Italy and coming back to Japan in coming weeks. So it's pretty insane time schedule. And thank you very much for having me today. We started. Can I introduce the project and bio a little bit?
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
cool. Um, we started Astar back in 2019, and yeah, we have been developing the products for years right now. Our mission is Web3 for billions, onboarding billion of the people on chain, and I think we are on the right track, and we would like to make it happen by 2030. And this is the reason why we created a Startel. Startel is the company which is developing A-Star, and we got the fund from Sony Group HQ, and we created a joint venture called the Sony Block Solution Lab. And the Sony Block Solution Lab announced Sonium 1.5 months ago. We revealed the brand, we launched a testnet, and we started the Sonium Spark, which is the incubation program. And we got 1785 applications in a month, and we selected 30 project, luckily 30 project. And regarding the on-chain data on testnet, a lot of the people, more than 1.6 million accounts already existed on testnet, and more than 600K smart contract has been already deployed. And I'm on behalf of Astar today here, but I'm also director of Sony Block Solution Lab. And we announced Astar Evolution Phase 1. We have a Phase 2 and a Phase 1. And at the Phase 1, we announced the transition from Astar ZK into Sonium. This is the critical milestone for Astar to move forward. And I'm really excited to kick off LFGM campaign, meaning let's fearlessly go mainstream. The one of the mission, one of the value is GM, go mainstream. So far, GM stands for Good Morning, which represent underground culture of the Web3. But after Sonium, it means go mainstream. And Asta is bringing a lot of the value into Sonium. And that's why we started LFGM campaign to showcase the value of the Astar token on Sonium Minato testnet. Yeah, Lams, anything else you would like to say?
That's perfect. I think you said it all. You've covered Astar, Startail, and Sonium. And I think the only other thing I could say is that LFGM does stand for Let's Fearlessly Go Mainstream. But other people who drink a lot of sake might say another word for F, right? But either way, I think we're all excited for the LFGM campaign and to go mainstream with GM. And I want to introduce now the Sake finance team who could give us a little bit of background and before we get into some more questions. Go ahead, Mojo.
So
sure.
I'll get Bo to introduce the entire team.
Yeah, I'll go first, but yeah, Mojo can go afterwards as well. And then I'll talk just a little bit about myself and then about our team. So myself, I guess I'm not as OG as Sota, but I've been in crypto since about 2020, 2021, I would say. So since the last DeFi boom, when I was in a little bit different role. So I was more on the trading side. So I was always a DeFi investor, advisor, and trader. And since about last year, about this time, we've started building a team to because we saw a gap within DeFi, right? So throughout last cycle, like the last 3-4 years, essentially, there were a lot of new projects coming on, a lot of new chains, but I would say the overall complexity of the space has only gotten worse, and the user experience hasn't really improved that much. So one of our biggest goals for building our team, right now our team, we have about 10 people, quite spread out across the globe. So we have people in the US, we have people in Asia, we have people in Australia. Myself, personally, I'm in Hong Kong. And yeah, so one of the biggest goals for us to build a team, right, was really to build products that would essentially make it much easier for retail to access the space, to learn about DeFi, and also use products in this space, which I think turns out to really align very well, especially with LFGM and with the goals of the Startail team and the Sonium team. So when we are as a team, I guess we are much newer, but we've been building our product since early this year. Our real objective is to make a product that's really user friendly, that can cater towards a lot of retail users. And so far, we are fortunately we applied to the Sonian Spark incubation program. We are one of the winners. Of the CDB category, so we are very thankful for that. Thanks to Sota and the rest of the team for support as well. And going forward, and the reason like we're obviously very excited about LFGM is that we can really get in touch with a lot of retail users and people who kind of want something like something much simpler, something that's a little bit more fun to use, and that's so far what we've provided. Anything else? Maybe I'll stop there before going into too much about product and just pass it back to Mojo.
So I'll introduce myself a little. So like I'm Mojo. I'm based in Singapore. So I'm the one running the marketing. So I'm the head of growth. So I'm running all the marketing, the intern itself, and all the fun sake stuff that we are doing. So for sake, right? So like why I'm very deep into it, and then why I'm building together with the team is that I like the idea and how. So I've been in the space for like 7 to 8 years. Can't really exactly remember when I was in. So like I was in when Ether was like $300 plus. So during that time, DeFi was just a simple Uniswap. Today we have seen so many L2s, L1, and then I like the idea of being able to bring in mainstream users who are able to actually So when they come in, they actually face the biggest issue is how do I do a swap? How do I even LP? How do I even do any DeFi actions in the space? So Sake is building towards that, and it's as simple as lending, borrowing. Some people actually face issues. So like as of today, we are building with communities. I believe our communities have actually learned a lot on lending and borrowing, especially the CDP portion. So like by integrating Astar, right, we actually saw users understanding, oh, so I could deposit a Astar asset and then use stable coins and then do other stuff here. Yeah, so that's a little bit about me and about Sake.
Thank you so much. It's exciting to hear this building because I've seen you all around my ex, and so I know you guys are very active, not just on the socials, but also inside the community teaching. And when you said you're getting people to get to know these like financial products, it really made me wonder, like, oh, wow, I've been around for a while, but these new people constantly come in, and this is completely new to them too. So thanks for doing the groundwork because education is the most important thing, I feel. But thanks, guys. Now we take a little sip of sake and we continue. So don't worry, it's water because I'm on work time. So we'll move on to Sota. We have a question for you before we jump into the LFGM stats and updates around that and the progress. We want to get a little bit more insight from your perspective as a founder and director of these protocols. And you are well known, well, to me especially, and for the soccer team, they might already catch on that Sotas really has a drive and a tenacity and patience to do all this. So can you share, Sota-san, how this came to be, how Sonium came to life, and how you see this playing out with Astar alongside?
I couldn't. Yeah, but should be okay. Again, we started Astar back in 2019, and at that time there was no layer 2, and second generation chains such as Avalanche, Solana, and so on. So we started from Polkadot, and we became one of the largest chain inside of the Polkadot ecosystem. And after that, we launched Astar ZK which is Ethereum layer 2, because Ethereum does have the largest network effect, and we should leverage. And after launching the chain layer 2 and layer 1, we realized that the industry does not have distribution channel. Everybody say Web3 4 billion, onboarding next billion users. It's easy to say, but it's very hard to implement. And the technology is pretty much maturing in coming, in the past years. Let's say transaction cost became much cheaper. 3 years ago or 4 years ago, if you use DeFi on Ethereum, it takes, $50 per transaction. Yeah, something like that. But right now, if we use Ethereum layer 2, such as Sonium, the cost can be less than 1 cent. So even though we see, thousands times the improvements in terms of a transaction cost, we don't see much adoption yet beyond the finance. I see the reason is lack of the distribution channel. And I think at the end of 2022, Sony team reached out to us, and they said that they're gonna make a chain. So, this was something we have been looking for. So we did not pitch the idea to Sony. The Sony reached out to us in Japan back at the end of 2022, and this is how project started, roughly 2 years ago. And we had a 1 year preparation period. So we analyzed, almost all layer 1 blockchain, layer 2 blockchain, and the top economics, how blockchain works, and the community, and user experience, all of them. And then we decided to launch Sonium Ethereum Layer 2. And we also decided to transit Astar ZK into Sonium. I think we're gonna onboard a billion of the people on chain, but we should develop the product based on the customer's needs instead of what developer wants. So we have been developing a lot of the technology, and the technology is maturing, which is great. But we need to provide better UI and UX, and the product needed to be developed with customers. When I say customers, this is not Web3 customers. This is about general ordinary users. Right now, there are a bunch of the layer 1 blockchain, layer 2 blockchain, and a lot of the token airdrop, and so on. And people are migrating from one chain to another to look for higher APY, and so on. This is kind of zero-sum game. So we have to onboard people who even do not care about Web3, because eventually people are going to use Web3 not because of Web3 marketing, but because the product is very convenient, faster, cheaper, better. So potentially we can be one of the largest project which has the largest distribution channel and potential customers. So we would like to focus on user experience to onboard a billion of the people on chain. And I think LFGM is one of the first small campaign to showcase this. Thank you, Rams. Maybe
Thank
I
you,
talked a
Sota.
lot.
No,
Yeah.
that's perfect. Thank you. I think this is a good opportunity to jump into what LFGM means with an actual team that's participating and showcasing both the Astar and Sonium ecosystems in one. And so thanks again to Sake team for joining us and kind of depicting now from the builder's perspective what Sota is talking about. And if you don't mind jumping into that, how how Sonium, how you're tapping into the Astar ecosystem and its token holders as well. What is the most exciting part about this whole thing, including the LFGM campaign? That's sort of the more louder version of how teams are showcasing both ecosystems.
Yeah, sure. I can get started first, and then some of the LFGM, like our experience specifically, I can also pass back to Mojo to talk about that as well. In terms of how we work with Astar token holders and how we work with ecosystem, right? So I think from our perspective, our real our view has always been that DeFi is so we are part of the DeFi space, but I would say our view has been that there are a lot of useful useful applications within DeFi, but it's a space that's really fragmented with a lot of different players, a lot of different chains, a lot of different assets. So our goal is to make Sake Finance an integrated liquidity protocol. And what we mean by that is basically we will have different functionalities, essentially different modules that basically users can use within Sake Finance by itself. So you don't have to go like traditionally, right? Maybe you have to go to one protocol for lending, borrowing, another one for adding leverage, another one for minting of, let's say, a stablecoin. So instead of doing that, you can actually perform multiple of these functionalities within Sake Finance itself. And number two, other than the modules, what we wanted to do was really to have various assets available and various partners that work with us to utilize the liquidity that we have. And I think Astar is going to be a very interesting asset for us, and also one of the, of course, major partners that we have day one, because Astar already has a very diverse set of users, right? A diverse set of holders who's maybe been through quite a lot of quite a few years of DeFi as well, have a lot of experience using various protocols. So these users, essentially by bringing A-star tokens over to the potentially bring A-star tokens over to the Sonium chain, then what we can do is we can tap into the liquidity and also help users, help holders who have A-star tokens potentially use our liquidity. So whether it's our own upcoming stablecoin or other tokens that they want to borrow, and by doing that, they can basically utilize their they can find a lot more utility with their A-star tokens, and they can integrate within the Sonium ecosystem, even though A-star is not a, let's say, like a native token to the ecosystem, right? And that's something that we want to do potentially with quite a few additional partners of ours. So A-star, I would say, is a interesting token because number one, it's something that has a wide distribution, but number two, it also has a staking yield, right? So essentially, you can have liquid staked version of that token that gives you yield, and you can compound that through using leverage on our protocol. And there's some other tokens like that that I would say maybe provide the same functionality for other more commonly known tokens. So one of them would be yield generating Ethereum. So we're already working with partners like, for example, StakeStone, right? Who have a Stone token that's yield generating ETH, which gets its yield from liquid state Ethereum as well as restate Ethereum. And we're also working with some partners like Solve, who have their own version of BTC, which is yield generating as well, based on Babylon, based on other various sources. So it's quite interesting. So as you can see, right, there are quite a few pieces there that's already ongoing. But really what we're trying to do is, like, when you come to our platform, you should find an experience that's much simpler than interacting with these pieces by yourself. So traditionally, you might have to say, okay, I need to go borrow some token, and then I need to take this token back to, let's say, the StakeStone website. I need to go mint another token, and then come back to another transaction. So all that process, essentially, we're going to handle it for you. And all of these will be pretty well integrated. We have already worked out the technical details with various teams. So right now, what we are really working on is just we're launching our testnet step by step. So we already have testnet V1 that was launched a month ago, and then testnet V2, which was actually launched 4 hours ago. So things are changing quite fast, which is quite good. And we've been taking feedback from various users like you guys, and within Discord, right? So anyone who has feedback using our platform, we're really welcome to give us feedback. We've made tons of changes based on feedback from our users. So it's been quite a good experience working with the ecosystem and the users in general. Yeah. Mojo, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah. So yeah, we just launched our V2 today. So like what Bo mentioned moments ago was that having to go to a lending borrowing protocol to do something, and then going to another exchange just to swap your tokens just to get another item, that's a very painful process, and that's not what mainstream users want. That's not what even OGs don't really like the process. Like you could do any mistake along the way and then get in trouble. So with that strategies, so we launched strategies today. So strategies is I wouldn't say one click, is a 2-click, because you need to approve the transaction, then supply. And then you could actually look all the process that you want to do, which is a DeFi yield farming mechanics. And then moving on, so like there are talks between us and other protocols, for example, Nemo. So like Nemo is one of our partnering protocols. So like that's also A-star related. So that's a A-star LSTs that's going to be yield generated. So like that's possibly something that we are working on. But things move really fast. There's discussion going on, etc. So that's going to happen maybe in the next few weeks or even month. Yeah. So for LFGM, what I really like about it is like it actually gives us all the exposure to everyone. and people participating in it actually ask questions that are pretty interesting. Like I said, some of the users don't really actually understand like how a lending borrowing protocol works. So you actually see questions from there. Yeah, so I guess this is something that in future, maybe in V3 or V4, that's where we could integrate simple detection mode, and then users could simply just deposit in a way, and then they are being advised by questions. Simple questionnaires like, what are you looking for? What kind of yield? Are you looking for depositing into an LP, depositing into another lending protocol, etc.? So these are things that I think LFGM has given us a lot of opportunity to do such on-chain quests, which I really like the idea. And then it also allow us to talk to other projects and then come together to work together and then do different on-chain quests. So like definitely thankful for like Astar coming in and Sonium team supporting from both directions. Yeah.
Awesome.
And
Thank you.
I did bring some sake for everyone. Don't worry.
Well, I want you to prepare the sake for our next part, the final part of this short live stream. Again, thank you, Mojo and Bo, for the insight. I remember how scary it was when I first discovered DeFi, and getting into it takes a lot of hand holding, especially now. I think, 3-4 years later, I would definitely appreciate a team that guides me through. So I think that's where I see even some of my family members slowly being interested, but needing that information and hand holding at first. So it's nice that if it comes from the team directly. Okay. Thanks again. For builders, I'm hugely supportive of every builder, especially if they're taking into account the feedback from the community. So I'm happy to see that happening and the feedback too that is being integrated. So for LFGM, I'm going to share my screen briefly. Here we go. I do have a little game for us since it's going to go by quick. We have only 10 winners for this week. And I would like all for you to try to guess the number. So here is one second, share screen. Here's our Astar wheel. So this wheel will show a number, and for the winner, a number will be chosen. So we'll show also, these are the corresponding names for our ranking list. So for the users, they'll know what name they have. We're going to start with tier 1, and it's only rank 1 through 20. The prize for this one is, as some of you may have already seen, we're showing some of our Japanese heritage. Not all prizes are directly tied to our Japanese side, but it's also a nice way to call out like where our roots are from. We have various prizes that will come because we have 8 weeks of prizes. Next week, prizes will show on this screen, and they will also be high quality. So we know that there's certain rules and regulations around real katanas. So you need a license. For those viewers that didn't know, in Japan, you need a license. And I learned that last year on one of our workations. And I love that idea, how seriously they take it. So this one's a high quality replica, obviously. Tier 2, we got some Air Forces that you get to customize. So all these prizes are taking in consideration various things about us. So for the user, we want them to have control and ownership, so they get to customize it however they want, and we'll deliver it to your door. Mystery box for tier 3, what's inside? You'll only know if you win it. And then my favorite tier out of all of these is the lucky tier. So these are ranks 101 through 500. So even if you're participating at a minimum, you can reach this rank. And if you're chosen, this is like a gag gift, a fun gift just to have fun with. But the main focus for this LFGM campaign has always been the testnet and the teams that are builders, right? So we're experimenting with things and trying to have fun, and we always appreciate the feedback, and we've gotten a lot so far. Okay, so for us here in this call, I'll share this one again. I want you all guess the number. This is the main prize for the replica katana. What do you think, Sota? What number do you think is going to win it? Oh, sorry, you're muted. What do you think, Sota?
10.
10? Okay, Bo?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought the guests were guaranteed a good price.
If any of us, if any of you guess right, I'll buy you sake. How about that?
All right. 8.
8. Okay, and Mojo?
I'll go for 1.
1. Okay. I'm gonna go for 11. All right. So our first winner for the main prize is. Let's begin. So none of us win sake.
Oh,
15, the rank for 15, if they're watching right now, is Yuri. So Yuri, congratulations. You've won the first tier prize. All right, so you still get a chance to win a sake from Rams if you guess tier 2. Okay, you're gonna get one number though. You're not gonna guess all 3. What do you think, Sota? Oh, let me change the screen again. 1 second.
Sati.
30, Bo?
50.
50, and Mojo.
38.
Okay. If any of you guess it, I will definitely owe you one. Okay, let's get spinning. Okay, 47 is our first winner. I don't think any of us are good guessers. Let's choose our second winner for this tier. 36, and we have one more. I know. Okay, maybe in your heads you could guess which ones, and then you could be truthful with me if you guessed right. All right, last spin for this tier. $46. All right. We have, and those winners, I'll call their name out loud since they have spent the time in this campaign to rank up. So we have Nobu, 36, Sam, and N4 Steve, or Nasty. That was a nasty username. Okay, this tier for the mystery boxes, we have 5. Sota, what number? Just one number, not all 5. What do you think?
60.
60. Oh, that's a good one. Here we go. 51 through 100. What do you think, Bo?
69.
Nice. Stole mine. And Mojo?
He took the man of culture number. I needed it. 88.
Men of culture. That's all we are here.
Yeah.
All right. This is for 38, 69, and 60. Kampai to the winner. Let's see. Let's begin. Oh, a little off. 88? Oh. 90. All right. Winner number 2 for this tier. $60. Oh, I want to buy Sota sake because he doesn't drink it, so he'll give it back to me. 63. Okay.
60.
Oh, too far. 100? No way.
Ooh.
52. That was close. Okay. Next one.
Oh, oh, oh,
Oh,
oh, oh,
Sota, you
no.
almost got it. You almost got it. 59. And I think we have one more draw. Bo, can you remind me, was that 4? I think that was 4. 59. And last one for this one. $84. Congrats. Oh, I see some familiar names in here. So the winners for this one are Grave, 52, Sali, 59, Madi, 63, Taki, 84, and Taka, 90. Congrats, the winners. And we have our last and final one. Mojo, I don't think you're gonna win that sake from me, but I don't know. Can you see the numbers here? Probably not. Okay, what's your guess, Sota? Last one. This is 101 to 500.
500.
500, yeah. Okay. Well,
500, yeah.
500, okay.
250.
250?
101.
101? All right. I'm gonna go with 169 because I'm a man of culture as well. Here we go. Last spin. Last spin. This is for the the coin stealing cat toy. You don't even know. Oh, 409. Congrats, 409. And that winner is. Go to our very, very elaborate spreadsheet. Money. Money wins the prize. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. That was all for today. I really appreciate you coming. Sota-san, thank you again for coming and joining. And our builders, Sake Finance, thanks again for coming to the house. Any last comments for our users? Sota-san, we'll give it any inspirational words.
Yep. So we are doing this campaign on testnet, but once everything is ready, we are also considering multiple campaign which excite users. So looking forward to it.
And Sake Finance. Oh, perfect.
So like, I guess I'll be on. I'll be the one speaking. Yeah. So like, definitely come and participate at LFGM together with us. Yeah. So like, I think the quests are not too hard to have fun. Like, it's been a while since we've seen in real world prizes on a platform, on a questing platform. We are so used to getting like tokens, etc. kind of thing. So like, it's definitely fun participating in this, and thanks for inviting us. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. And for our users, the last thing I'll say is that we do have close to 5,000 unique users coming join this campaign. We have 110,000 quests that have been completed so far in the first week. And a lot of this focus is, again, to get to know the products that are building on top of Astar and Sonium. And it's a good way to get into the introductory stage of learning about these products, start building a reputation, especially with your on-chain quests that are completed. and just enjoy, right? So thanks again, Sota-san, Saki, Bo, Mojo. We'll talk again later, and congrats to all the winners. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot. Bye bye.
Bye.